everyone, I wanted to talk to you today about the benefits of using props in a yoga class. They are so useful, and by using blocks or belts, it doesn't mean you are any less of a yogi. It just helps you get the most benefit from the postures to work with your body. I always use them. So I have here a dog who's getting in the way, 2 blocks, a little cushion, which is great for kneeling on. My knees, as I have got older, seems to be a little bit more uncomfortable, and a yoga belt. Now, if you don't have a yoga belt, you can use a dressing gown cord or a normal belt. If you don't have a little paddy thing for underneath your knees, you can use a cushion or a rolled up blanket or a towel. And blocks, if you don't have a block, you can use maybe a shoebox or a book. But with the yoga blocks especially, you can get them anywhere these days. It seems every shop. Primark, I've seen them in Primark. I've seen some gorgeous ones in Primark. If you're in the UK, Aldi, any supermarket seems to sell them these days as well, and they're not expensive. Okay, so I'm going to give you a quick rundown on how I would use these various pieces of equipment. If we start with the blocks, we'll kind of start high up and then come down, if that makes sense. So 1 block is great, 2 blocks even better. They help to lift the floor up to you. So for example, if we were in a lunge position, in fact, you know what, I'm going to use my little paddy thing as well, 2 for 1. So if you're lunging, place your towel or your little cushion under your knee, bring your opposite foot forward. Now, move your blocks around, and if we were going to do a twist, I will show you first with my hand to the floor. My hand to the floor, my chest comes down onto the leg, I feel a little bit crowded to lift my arm up. If I take a block to the inside of the foot, I instantly feel lifted. I've grown, I've opened out, and I have more space to move. My chest isn't resting on my leg, and there's more space to move. So you can get more benefit from the posture. I'll just show you that on the opposite side as well. I'm very conscious that I seem to turn my back to camera quite a lot. So I place the pan under my very delicate knee, take my opposite foot forward. I have the block. No, let's do it without the block first. So I have my hand to the floor, I'm all squished. It doesn't feel great. I take the block inside of the foot, instantly I feel lifted, I feel lighter, I have more movement, I feel I can take it further if I want to, just by using a block. Perfect. There's so many other uses in different poses where we can use these, but if, as a general rule of thumb, you think, if I want to make more space in my body, if I want to feel more open, can I use a block to achieve that? So as you saw, the knee pad, fantastic. If you're in a class where you spend a lot of time in a lunge position, these are an absolute godsend. Can't recommend them enough. I think I got these from TK Maxx. Amazon, I know, have a whole load of them. So again, not expensive and absolutely worth every single penny. Let's come on to our belt. Now for this, we can use it to add an extension to our arm. We can use it to stretch our shoulders. Let me show you. It's probably easier if I show you rather than talking about it. So if I start, do you know what, I'm going to start facing this way so you can see. So a shoulder stretch, if we take a wide grip on the belt, and we lift up, and we bring our arms behind us, trying to keep our arms straight. Now if that feels too tight, you can move your hand down the belt a little bit to make it a bit wider. If you practice this kind of movement on a regular basis, you really will notice a difference in your mobility through your shoulders. Absolutely wonderful for that. Another way we can use it, if I come up to standing, is, as I said, an extension of your arms. So say you want it to come into, or you are working towards your hand to big toe. but you can't reach your big toe, and you feel you're rounding your back, and you're bending your legs, and you're wobbling all over the place. If we take a belt underneath the sole of the foot, the belt becomes an extension of your arms. So plant your standing foot firmly, lift your leg, work your hands down the belt. You see I've got a bend in my knee to begin with till I get into the right position. Soften through the shoulders and push the leg away. And you can make this extension as long as you want just by sliding your hands up or down the belt as your flexibility and mobility increases. Absolutely wonderful. You don't have to be standing for this. You can come into a reclined version, a seated version. Seated version, for example, in your Paschimottanasana, your seated forward fold. Again, if you can't reach or you find it a struggle or too much difficulty in folding forward, you think you're trying to reach your toes and you're never going to get there, if you just take the belt around it, then the belt becomes an extension of your arms, and we can lengthen forward and take your time. Use time and your breath to get to a position that works for you. And the last one I'm going to show you is just the lying down hamstring stretch. Obviously there's more things we can do with the shoulders. Maybe I need to make a separate video for each prop. I'll think about that one. So taking the belt around the sole of your foot. Again, if we're not using the belt, you might have your hands around the back of your thigh or your calf, but this might impact on bringing tension into your upper body. So if you want to stay relaxed in your upper body, we've got the belt, shoulders are on the floor, and we can just work with our mobility and our flexibility, just using a prop instead. It just makes life easier, and who doesn't want to make life easier, quite frankly? So that was a quick overview of how I use the props in my classes. And you know what, I think I will do separate videos on using the belt and the blocks and the knee pad as well, because there's so many uses for all of them. If that's something that you think you would be interested in, please do drop me a comment. And if you are enjoying my videos, please do subscribe to my channel as well. And I look forward to seeing you on the mat again very soon.